Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and in today's video I'm bringing a group that I think I've mentioned in this channel. I believe I might have reacted to individual work, but I'm not sure if I actually reacted to any new music from the group itself. So the group is I-DLE. I started listening to I-DLE probably 2020, I would say. I think it was 2020, 2021. It was around that time, like end of 2020 or beginning of 2021. I've seen them live. I was fortunate enough to see them live in London. I think September 2023. I believe that was the date. I loved the concert. I love their music. However, I don't always listen to them. And what I mean by that is I have to be in a certain mood to kind of want to listen to that. And for some reason I've been kinda disconnected for a little bit because I know they re-record some of their songs to match the number of members they have now, which fair enough. They do what they think is better, but I don't know, I've been curious, but I'm not in a hurry sometimes to check certain groups. It's more of I need to be in the right mind to do them. I know it sounds strange, but sometimes you're just not feeling the vibes. And I think I-DLE was one of those that I was not in the zone for it. I don't know if it's because I was having other concerts or other groups that I wanted to check, because sometimes that happens. You just more focus on other groups. That doesn't mean you stop loving them. It's just you go through phases. I had that phase with Stray Kids, for example. It was an album that I was not connecting as much, and then they launched another album and I was like all over the place with it. I just wanted to listen to it, so much so that I'm pretty much obsessed again, and I'm going to see them very soon, which I'm excited, but I'm dreading because I'm going on my own. But anyway, I have to say, I don't follow a lot of female artists in K-pop. I have a few solo artists that I do follow. As groups, I don't have a lot that I follow. I-DLE is definitely one of those groups that I follow. I just might not be as consistent as I am, for example, with Dreamcatcher, or was, but we'll talk about that in a different video. But I don't know, I think it's very easy for you to follow on into the boys group rabbit hole and forget to do something else. So I thought today is a good day. I'm feeling the vibes, so I'm going to sit down with I-DLE again and see what I think about this album. Maybe it's time to try and reconnect again. And I do want to listen to more female groups. It's just, yeah, if it sounds too much like bubblegum pop, I tend to run away. Anyway, I've been rambling enough for now. I do apologize for the noise in the background. I have the fan running because my apartment is currently at 30 degrees Celsius. Can't pronounce the word in English. Oh my god. Celsius. Took me a while. So is extremely hot for UK. No aircon in this house, and yeah, let's just say it's not comfortable until it's like middle of the night. That's when I'm able to read in this house. So yeah, apologies for the noise in the background. We'll have to deal with it. But yeah, let's do this. So I'll do Girlfriend first because I know they dropped the MV first, and then Good Things, I believe. So I'm going to put both together. I think it makes more sense. Okay, let's do this. Ooh. 너가 반쯤 미쳤던 cranky boy 또 작년에 만난 몸만 좋던 mama boy 쉽게 말해 뭐해 This night just 5 seconds Just cry baby 어차피 뭐 그땐 그 거지 같은 love Yeah hurry 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 Go hang out at the club 말했잖아 시간만 아깝다고 버청성을 담아고 복수해주자 Sorry. You know, this type of songs, we've heard them in Western music for a while. Like, this message is not that different from, for example, Dua Lipa, or some songs from Anne-Marie. But for some reason, knowing that they did this in Korea, in a country that definitely doesn't like this style of things, just make it more iconic in a way. But I do understand why they get so much criticism, because I think there might be some differences in society. But let's be honest, is it that different? Because if you look at what is happening in Western at the moment, oh well, we don't talk about that. But this is the type of music that I used to listen to. I think that's why I like I-DLE so much. They're just so out there. But also they look iconic. They didn't need to allude to murdering someone, but that's fine. I am going to this part again.
Yeah. 다시 만나준 연락은 양심도 없지 그 새낀 좀 뻔뻔해 설마 만날 건 아니지? 갈 거면 너 나랑 절교해 답장은 just 쓰레기 누리 out of 안중 아주 lovely 하게 cool scene He deserves that It's lucky Look at you baby 이거 좀 봐봐 추억같이 예쁘잖아 야 바보야 전배는 아까웠지만 어디든 파도 flash let's unload it to Instagram 맘껏 웃어봐 자 복수해주자 Return on Friday night Just do your single life 우린 끝나지 않아 평생 함께하자 그만 좀 지치자 Girl You got a better girlfriend She's really really like a good egg Let's go check shit out on your head Your girlfriend better than the boyfriend Your girlfriend better than the boyfriend I don't give a fuck about love Cause we are I-DLE I don't give a fuck about love Cause we are I-DLE I don't give a fuck about love Cause
Yes, you are. Baboya. Okay, lovelies. I don't think it's far off from what they've been doing. It's more of a party song than probably. I always go back to Lion, for example, because it's still to this day one of my favorite songs from them. Content wise, it's still pretty much the line they always been doing. It's just them experimenting with different styles of music is the only thing that, like, there's consistency in the themes used in songs. But I could see how people would misinterpret this or be a bit, oh my god, here they are again. But sometimes when you end a relationship, you need this type of friendship of, don't think about it, is not worth it. It's more about trying to make your friend feel good than necessarily be trashy about men or things like that. Although, but I'll keep those opinions to myself. I had plenty of friends that had really weird stories happening to them over the years. And I'm always one to, what do you need from me type of thing, but also, I'm slightly overprotective of my friends, so I don't throw punches, but I'm ready to call people out. So this song, I find it quite interesting in a way. It's very party though. It reminds me of, like, I can't tell exactly what, but there was a couple of songs 2010s that sounded a bit like this, melody wise, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, we love a good consistency, so let's see the next song. Oh, we love when we start with sensitive content. This video may contain violent content. Oh dear. Stop hate, spread love. Please return cards here. I'm sorry, but this looked so much like Kill Bill. It's just a bottle instead of... First of all, I know a lot of people was like, oh, the hair. I wish I could do this. I don't have the face for that, but in summer, this would be a dream. So, props to her. If she wants it, she does it. I don't care. Besides, with the amount of times they wear wigs, let them be. I'm trying to understand who she's representing. Like, Yuki coming in like Kill Bill. very confused.
Dear dumb and dumb 걱정을 걷어줘도 no 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 눈앞에 나를 보니 말을 계속 Yo hey look girl 내 수보에 깜짝 뭐뭐뭐뭐 같은 네 너나 전부 가져 팔로 fun 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 Hey boy you never know what you're missing now So hold it until I die Boy it is such a good thing for tonight Goodbye baby Baby I heard you're a good thing It's really 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 good Baby I heard you a good thing It's really 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 good Good thing, holy moly shit Good thing,
I'm very confused.
oh it's so good Good thing, holy moly shit Good thing, oh it's a good
Oh my god, those shoes. Oh dear. I'm confused. Very confused. Why are they like punching into Oh god, I'm confused. The other one was easier. Melody wise, I think I prefer the other one, Girlfriend, more than this one. Just melody wise, bear in mind. I'm trying to see if I understand what they're trying to say, because they tend to be relatively clever with lyrics. Like for example, Nude was chef's kiss in terms of lyrics for me personally. So I'm kind of trying to see the context of why are they going against each other, even though unfortunately that happens in real life. We know that sometimes instead of going against, for example, that's what happens a lot on TV, but also sometimes in real life happens as well. Like the girl gets cheated on, but instead of going against the boyfriend, goes against the girl. Because there's a bit of I could go into patriarchy and feminism, but I'm trying to avoid those type of conversations in this channel, because I'm still learning a lot of things and relearning others and letting go of old habits. But I don't think this is the type of conversation I want necessarily to start opening on this channel. This is a react channel. Maybe in other things I would, but let me just go and check the lyrics first, and then I'll come back and try and see if I can make any sense. Okay, so I went and looked at this person's, I think is Woo, the page is called Woo, the channel. Had a few good points. I don't know if I agree with everything, but there's a couple of things that they mentioned I agree. For example, the fact that Soyeon, short hair, you know, I believe a couple, I don't know, last year or something, someone from the volleyball team had very short hair and they got criticized, a female got criticized for that. Because I remember that someone mentioned that Sun was saying something about it in a very positive way, like defending her. I don't pay a lot of attention, so I can't say if it's exactly that, but I do have a feeling that at the moment South Korea, as a lot of other countries, are struggling with young men seeing feminism as a bad thing. So short hair is an indication of more feminist vibes as well, or more, is less attractive in a way because they look less like a girl. So kind of sign of independence and everything. And obviously she's flexing. And this is another point I agree, which is basically she's just saying that I'm destroying a Porsche, I have money, I don't need a man for money type of thing, which again falls under the theme that usually I-DLE has. I was mentioning something that I was not aware about, the G in their name being associated with gender, and that basically they destroy that. They also mentioned something about, let me go here. You know how I'm mentioning the stop hate, spread love? Could be a good point, which is, yeah, they are supposed to be like these fairy tale princess girls, and it's the same with boys. Like, they have to be nice and always polite, like the I-DLE image, which is whatever. And this is what, like, baby, I heard your good thing. Although I don't know if this your is your, as in your good thing. You have a good thing, or you are a good thing. So I don't know if the lyrics are properly written. I have no idea what they're trying to say, because it can mean different things. But and that, I think that's what is making me confused, because if they heard he is a good thing, which clearly is not, because I think the confusion and them fighting, it has to do with the fact that actually the person is not as good as they advertise. But it's kind of interesting. Also, this reminds me of like a Dove or something, like a female product advertisement where everything is like clean and neat and perfect, when life is not like that. So I'm kind of wondering, I do think thematically this fits with what they've been doing, but I'm just not sure about the lines, if they're written that way to make it more confusing or not. But as I say, thematically fits. I still stand by the fact that this song will be is a bit more gritty in my ears. Like, sometimes I just prefer a bit more melody and less party song. So the other one has the nice compromise for myself. That being said, will I skip it if this comes in on my playlist? Probably not. It's not one of those songs I'm like, oh my god, I hate it, I can't listen to it. It's not that. It's just, I don't think consciously I'll go and listen to this song as opposed to other songs from them that I listen on regular basis, and I'm purposely go and put that song on, which I have a lot of them, because I do like their discography. Is one of the very few female groups that even have their albums. Don't have the latest one. I have like a backup list of albums that I still need to buy, but you can't go to concerts and buy merch and then buy albums, so my backlist is big at the moment. I usually prioritize ATs just because it's a group that I listen daily, in comparison to other groups. But yeah, I try to keep up, and I-DLE and Dreamcatcher are the very few female artists that are featuring on my shelves that I will do a tour someday. I need to reorganize them because I'm running out of space. But I like the fact that they're keeping themselves true to themselves, in the sense that they still talking about the same themes, and I do think is relevant. I don't think fame needs to change the way they speak about issues. I think is a good thing for music to talk about topics that are uncomfortable, even if they do it in a very extreme way, right? We're not saying you need to murder people, men specifically, or you need to be this, like, the strong dislike sometimes they portray is an extreme, but you can only start conversations sometimes if you are a bit more, they testing boundaries, which I think music is supposed to do that. I think is an easier way to start conversations, even if it is a bit more radicalized. I'm not completely against a bit of radicalization to start conversation, because let's be honest, rage bait works for a reason. But even if I don't like it, but I do think, and I like the fact that they're keeping true to themselves no matter what. I think they're smart enough, and I mean, if you look at their solo work, it's pretty much the same. So they do agree. There's a reason why they still work together, and they do agree. So good for them. But yeah, I think this is it. If you have more, honestly, if you have more information on Good Thing, let me know, or if you have your own theories. Just because I'm really curious about this song, even if I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the melody. I listen to music not just for the melodies but for the lyrics, and that's why I like I-DLE so much, because I do think they have message, even if sometimes an extreme message, but I think is important, and I like that about them, because we also have to think about them in context of living in South Korea, so there's a bit of history there. Obviously I'm not the most knowledgeable, so I try to keep up with information, but it's impossible. I don't live there. I can't possibly know the true experience of a female in that country, but we can read some, and we can try and keep ourselves informed a little bit. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What you guys thought of the new album, because I might check the album either for the YouTube channel or just my personal time, either way. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!